Hello, welcome to Madz Creates. I'm Madeline, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you how I made this beanie. This beanie is worked in the round and all the way down to the front post double crochet, and you fold it up. It is a pretty large beanie, I would say. It would probably fit most, if not all, men because they have bigger heads for some reason. Anyway, let's get into it. I am starting with Premier Puzzle yarn. I will only be using about half of this ball of yarn, so about 100 grams. This color is Maze or Labyrinth. It is a bulky number 5 yarn, and I'm going to be using a 6mm hook. Start with a magic circle. What I like to do is I take 2 fingers, I wrap my yarn towards me. They don't even have to cross. A magic circle or magic ring is basically just a loosey-goosey slip knot. So I'm going to insert my hook under the first loop, hook onto the second loop, pull that through, twisting my yarn away from me, twisting my hook away from me, and that creates a twisted loop. Then you're going to scoop under that yarn right there and basically chain up. And now you have your magic circle. And then I like to place a stacked single crochet into my magic circle. So we're going to go in like we're going to single crochet. And then you will see there are 2 loops right here. You're going to go into the left loop, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through again through the last 2 loops, and that is your stacked single crochet. Then you want to place 11 double crochet into the magic ring. A double crochet, you yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. To tighten your work, you're going to pull this tail. No, I didn't count how many stitches I have, so I need to do that. This stacked single crochet counts as a stitch. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I need 2 more for a total of 12 stitches. Alright, now that you have your 12 stitches, you want to pull your ring closed. And you will see there are 2 stitches right here. You'll go into the top loop and slip stitch to join. I like to pull it extra tight. And then I like to go into that same loop that we just slip stitched into and make a stacked single crochet for round 2. Now in round 2 we are going to be increasing in every single stitch. So we have our stacked single crochet in the first stitch. We're going to place a double crochet in that same stitch, and then in every stitch after that place 2 double crochet. Alright, we have made it back to the beginning of our round. There should be 24 stitches in the second round. We slip stitch to the first one to join. Once again, placing a stacked single crochet into the same stitch. Now for this third round, we are going to single crochet increase every other stitch. So go back into the same stitch with your stacked single crochet. That's your increase. 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and then an increase in the next stitch. And continue working that pattern. Increase in every other stitch, so it should be 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and so on. Alrighty, I have made it back to the beginning of my third round, with the exception of this last stitch. You are always going to end on a stitch that is opposite from the first stitch you started as. So if you start with a increase, you're going to end with a plain double crochet. slip stitch to join to the first stacked single crochet. Place a stacked single crochet in that same stitch. Now for the fourth round, we are going to increase and have 2 plain double crochets in between each increase. So we're going to start again with an increase, place 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and then increase. And continue until you get to the beginning. You should end with 1 double crochet or 2 double crochets in the last 2 stitches. That was confusing. 1 double crochet in each of the last 2 stitches. Alright, we've reached the end of round 4. We should have 48 stitches all the way around. We are going to slip stitch to the beginning. And you know the drill. Stacked single crochet into the same stitch. And then this is going to be an increase with 3 double crochet in between each increases. So an increase, go back into that first stitch with a double crochet, and then place 3 double crochet, 1 in the next 3 stitches, and then an increase. You should end with 1 double crochet in each of the last 3 stitches when you get to the beginning of the round. I've made it to the end of round 5 and we should have 60 stitches. Slip stitch into that first stitch, and from here on out we are no longer going to be doing any increases. We are only going to be double crocheting in each stitch all the way around until it reaches the bottom of our ears. For me to reach the bottom of my ears, that will be another 9 rows. So there will be a total of 14 rows, 9 rows of just double crochet. No more increases. Just 1 double crochet in each stitch around, and the stacked single crochet does count as 1 double crochet. I will meet you back when you have 14 rows or until you've reached your desired length of your beanie. Alright, I have reached the end of my 14 rows total, 9 extra double crochet rows. And we slip stitch to join. Now here I'm going to turn my work and work in the round the opposite direction. So I'm going to not go into that stitch we slip stitched into, but we will have to remember that. To make this easier for beginners, take a stitch marker if you have one. You can use an extra piece of yarn, or you can use bobby pins, safety pins, really anything. Go ahead and stick that into the last stitch that you worked into. So we're going to turn our work now, and then we are going to find the back loop. See at the top here there is a V. We're going to go into that back loop, and we are going to stacked single crochet. And then keep working into the back loop for the rest of this row. 1 double crochet in each stitch. Making sure you're going into the back loop only. Alright, now I've made it back to my stitch markered space. Just don't forget that. I'm going to do my last double crochet into the back loop only. And now we are going to slip stitch to the first one. Here is where we start our front post and back post double crochet. Now we will continue using stacked single crochets over the stacked single crochets. So to start that, we're going to go under this post, in between those 2 stitches, yarn over and pull through. This is going to be our stacked single crochet. That will count as our first front post. And now we will work a back post, which means we will yarn over, go in from the back, as you can see, under that post, yarn over, pull through, and double crochet. And we will alternate front post and back post double crochets. Now this is a front post. You yarn over, insert under the loop, yarn over and pull through, and double crochet. That is a front post, and we will continue to front post, back post all the way around. You'll want to continue this repetition of rows for 2.5 to 3 inches. That would be a total of 6 rows. A total of 6 rows, front post and back post double crochet, repeating with the stacked single crochet as our beginning front post double crochet. I've reached my last back post double crochet. Now right here, you can see that is the bottom single crochet, that is the top single crochet right here, because the next stitch would be this back post double crochet. We are going to slip stitch into this top right here, make it nice and tight. Once again, we are going to single crochet under this right here to make our stacked single crochet. And then continue to work front post and back post double crochet into the front and back post double crochets. So front posts go with front posts and back posts go with back posts. This helps to create a ribbing effect. Now this would be our 3rd row of the ribbing, because this first row of plain double crochet, it counts as part of the ribbing. So we are working on our 3rd row of 6 or 7, depending on how many or how long you want your ribbed brim to be. Alright, I have made it back to the beginning of my row, my round. And I am going to snip off a pretty decent sized tail. Then pull through that last loop. We're not going to slip stitch this one together because we are going to try and invisible join. So we are going to go into that loop right there, pull it up, and then you go into the V of this stitch right here, and getting under all those loops. And you pull it tight so that it makes a V stitch on top. And then what I like to do is I like to go under that, loop it around, make a little knot, and tighten it. And then I just weave in my tail and you're done. The best way to weave in your tail is to work. I'm going to go through all of these loops. Right here, all the way down until we get to this row. I would even take it further and go into the next row. And find the stitches to go under them and hide your tail. To hide your tail, up at the top you're going to flip your hat inside out. You're going to thread your needle and find whatever direction your yarn is coming out from and keep going in the direction the yarn looks like it's twisted. Go under all of these loops right here as many times as you can, and this will make sure that it is secure and it won't unravel or come undone or break, because a lot of times if you don't secure your magic ring like this, it's only one piece of the string holding it. With this, it's many pieces wrapped around. Well, it's one piece wrapped around many times, but this will be much sturdier than if you were to wrap it around even just once and then hide your tail. We are now going to go to the second layer and start going around and hiding the rest of my tail in the second row. And that is how you make this super quick beanie. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment if you feel like it and subscribe for new videos every Monday.